I wanted to give a review today on some earplugs because while I have autism and because of that it causes issues with, well, in my case it's sensory, or sound, um, sensitivity. Um, I guess in some cases people can be undersensitive, I guess, but I don't know. Usually I hear about people, at least autistic people, being having very sensitive hearing. Um, and I do. And these were actually recommended to me, um, by my therapist, who has a lot of experience, um, with clients, who have autism and other conditions that um, cause these sorts of kind of sound sensitivities, even things like ADHD potentially, um, causing just so much distraction in the environment. But yeah, anyway, um, she recommended them to me, and she's never had a client have them yet, but um, said that everything she's read about up until now is pointed her towards these, and um, said, asked if I knew about them, and so I decided to look more into them, and I made the decision to buy them. Um, and so what they are is they are called loop. Uh, this is very hard to see, but loop earplugs, and they're noise reduction earplugs. And the type I got are called the Switch, and this it's called that because it switches right, between three different modes, and the modes are uh, engage, experience, and quiet. Um, and these three modes, they actually have individual um, earplugs for to buy as well. So you can, um, if you wanted to just buy a cheaper earplug that had a specific kind of noise reduction ratings, each of these three, um, with engage being the least reduction and quiet being the most reduction, um, each of these three have a different noise canceling level. And on the other side, there's actually a chart. It's hard to see, but this line is the um, engage, and then this line is the experience, and then this line is the quiet. And this says low, mid, and high, so sound frequencies. But yeah, it says a whole lot more information that you probably better just look at online if you want to know more about. Um, but they, I decided that, well, I want a good pair of earplugs, and if I'm going to complain that these don't work, I better give them the full opportunity to work. So I went with these also, um, with shipping and everything, and I was able to get a student discount. By the way, they have a lot of discount options, which I highly suggest taking advantage of. I think the student discount was something like 20%. It was substantial, really. Um, I think I paid about $50 for these, um, including shipping and everything else. Um, which I think shipping, anyway, it doesn't matter. But um, I went with these. They seemed to be the best idea at the time, and I'm glad I went with them actually because I love these things. I've made a review on these other earplugs that are also marketed for like sensory issues and noise canceling. They're called Vibes earplugs, and I really didn't like them at all. In fact, not long after I made that video, within a couple months, really, I had totally lost the earplugs, and I wasn't really phased, frankly, about it. I pretty much knew it was a waste of money when I got the things, or shortly thereafter. I just didn't use them anymore. But anyway, one of the issues that I just did not like, well, I didn't like anything about this. Um, they did reduce some noise, but it really felt like they did distort a lot of the noise too. In addition to just reducing it, um, these I don't feel like they distort any noise at all, which is kind of a strange experience, really. But I it doesn't seem like they do that, and I like that about these. The other thing I like about these that I hated about the others is that, um, well, a couple things is one, when you like if you plug your ears like this and you're talking, you have that like internal kind of noise that you hear, and the Vibes earplugs caused a huge issue with that for me. I hated them because they made that such a huge problem. These I do not get that experience from at all. I may kind of get it, just no. I don't know. It's hard to say really. It's if it is there, it is that subtle that it's too hard to say clearly. I think. Um, the other feature I love about these that of course isn't even possible with those other sorts of earplugs is that with the switch that I got, or I guess if you wanted to get all spend more money and get all three pairs, and change them out individually, you could. But I love this feature, this little dial, um, and this is the switch feature that allows you to go between the quietest setting, and you can't see these. It'll be too small, but the quietest feature, the middle feature, and then or the loudest, the middle, and then the quietest feature. So engage, experience, quiet. It has a full circle, like not a very thick circle line, and then a very thin circle to denote the three. I got the blue ones, and yeah, I love the feature. I switch primarily between the quiet and the experience ones, so that when I'm talking to other people, I do switch to the experience ones because it can be very hard for me to like hear specific like people in terms of not hearing other things and hearing them correctly, and I yeah um, so I do switch to the lowest setting because I do need to definitely try to hear them as much as possible, and I've noticed that using just even like earbuds that are not turned on, they muffle too much sound and I can't hear people clearly enough, and that's been a problem. However, with these, I really can hear them much more clearly, and I think these are a much more suitable option for having a conversation with people, and actually having a legitimate um, kind of device, if you will, that reduces the sound. In addition, I have absolutely no idea how it does this by just switching this little kind of little lever clasp thingy here. Um, but somehow it gets significantly quieter when you bump it up to the loudest setting. In fact, I would say that it contends with the noise reduction that I get from a pair of headphones that I have that are active noise canceling headphones. Um, so that's pretty cool, I think. And I could just wear these on the bus, um, and not even have any other headphones on or anything, um, which is interesting. Um, yeah, I can't say enough about speak highly enough about them because um, it just makes everything so much more easier to handle. And I can't. It's hard to say exactly what how they reduce the sound because it doesn't really sound. It doesn't seem like it's taking anything away from the environment. It doesn't seem like it's taking away from your perception of what's going on around you and what you kind of need to hear, if you will. Um, but at the same time, it's almost like it takes an edge off kind of the noise, and it kind of just makes everything a little bit calmer. One of the things, this is kind of silly, but I noticed that so when I hear my cat licking himself, it's quite annoying to me. Sometimes he has a chair over there. Um, well, I guess sorry for the mess. I'm still working on picking up, but yeah, he's it's his little chair, um, and sometimes I'll hear him even through like headphones, and I'm at my computer, and I'll hear him, and it's especially that like hearing him through headphones is so it gets on my nerves that I'll go pick him up and um, mm, put him on the bed or just put him at the door and shoo him out. But these I just put them in and somehow or another I don't hear that. I don't hear it at all, which is incredible. It does not seem like it's taking away from the environment, and yet I don't have to hear all those minute little sounds that just grind on my back, so to speak. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap up this review. It's been kind of well, definitely not structured and pretty long-winded. Um, but this is all to kind of say I've had these headphones a little over 24 hours, and I'm quite in love with them. I'm so very glad they were recommended to me. Um, and yeah, I'll as a final bit, I'll kind of show you. Um, they come in this little tiny case. Um, one is left and right. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna look real quick. They come in this little loop case that comes in this a lovely. Oh my God, it's a very nice box. It comes in that. You take it open, and you have this, and you have all these different sizes. You have 4 different sizes of earbuds, including the ones that come pre-installed. I switched them out, but yeah, I got blue ones. I love them. They are quite expensive. So that's kind of well that is unfortunate. This particular one especially the hybrid um, is expensive, but it's in terms of you know considering all the noise canceling options on the market and price wise and things like that. Um, I actually, I don't think these are outrageous considering. But yeah, with that, I'll say this is it, and these are the blue loops. Alrighty.